hardest thing I see is that in City of Keene, recycling is free, and yet people still pay to get rid of the recyclables because they don't have the time to turn around and recycle. And that's the thing is, to me, is I turn around and talk earlier about single stream. The problem with single stream is, now we are single stream, yes, as far as recycling, but there are facilities that actually have single stream of the trash and recyclables all together. And part of the problem is that people get out of that recycling habit. They just throw it all in one bag. And as far as they're concerned, it's going to the plant to be recycled. But when you get to the facility, they don't care. They're being told only to pick out the good stuff. You know, they're being told to pick out the clean stuff. So the thing is, everything else basically goes into the landfill or incinerator. Goes. So
the guys up there, like you said, do anger management. Like, what really gets under their skin when they see stuff? Like, what do they wish people would?
Believe it or not sending cat litter containers down full of reused cat litter.
Oh, that's disgusting. that is
beyond.
Disgusting.
Yeah, we get it. People who change their motor oil and put it right back in the oil container. And then they open the top on, and then what that does is it covers the whole line with recyclables inside of your cover with used motor oil. Things like that. Anything that makes their job a hazard. Sharps, needles. Yeah. People who are actually, don't get me wrong, I know people who have to take their insulin shots, but the thing is, we always tell them, put it in a container, seal it, and tape it, and mark it as sharps and properly dispose of it. We've seen needles come right down that bag before. And you have no idea what comes on.
Do your local pharmacies like a CVS, Walgreens, do they take that with sharps?
Right now, no.
No.
Yeah, I'm aware.
It's regulated medical waste. How is that possible?
It is, but it's not in each state, though.
I see. Once again, it's New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. That's
very strange.
It is. Anyways, the balers you see behind us that we have, that's our secondary baler. That is a large bale of aluminum. Actually, there's multiple bales of aluminum. Aluminum cans. It takes a lot of aluminum cans to make a bale.
Is it better, like, if you're going to buy a soda, get a can? I don't know. I hadn't had that. Using the metal is more recyclable than using the plastic.
Yes. No. Yes, it is. And B, part of the yes is because it breaks down. If it doesn't get recycled, it can be broken down with an inch of breaking down the sugar. The plastic, we reuse it over and over again. A lot of times people get the aluminum cans because you get freshness. One of the things I always try to do is I try to reuse my plastic containers as much as I can. So what we're doing is they'll turn around, bring it on the floor, open the back end up, and this is what they call a live floor. It'll be opened up and put it on the tipping floor. Has anybody ever experimented with making paper at home?
Yeah.
You know, same thing, much larger facility. Much larger facility.
A lot of pressing.
Exactly. Exactly. And you don't realize, the funny thing is that you don't realize the process of wood, you know, from the start to finish. Yeah. When you start making paper, you get it. You really do get it. It's amazing. It takes an average 60 tons of trees, lumber, to make roughly about a ton and a half of paper. So, I mean, it's just roughly a number, but the thing is, just basically you take a look at how much time and energy it takes to go from the tree to paper, to reuse it. One of the things I always try to encourage people to do is, we had some students from Keene State College up here, and I ended up turning around and saying, how many do you guys who are art students, or a couple of them here, I said, you guys ever turn around and use the back of your paper? They go, why? Well, all you're doing is sketching and doodling. Why don't you just use the back? And one of the things I always try to do is use the back of the paper. It's a simple thing. It's, I mean, just use the back of it. There's nothing really that hard to do.
That's what I've been doing to use all my note-taking is going on. I just cross out anything on it, and I just, on the other side, I haven't bought a single notebook for this class.
Exactly. That's the whole point. The whole point. And the funny thing is, we always tell the students when they turn around looking for paper, go to your recycle bin. Use the back side. That's what I always do here. As a matter of fact, the handout I gave, I flip. Duncan hates it when I do that. When I turn around, I'll flip it over because he's sending a legal document someplace and all of a sudden it's been reused on the other side.
I do it at work, and I'm in charge of regulatory compliance, and so people are looking for my documents and like, is this on the other side? So just ignore that.
Yep.
I shouldn't be, but
use the other side. So the thing is, you know, instead